quite a number of people, like I said, I wanted to come investors. I wanted to come into this country to come and invest. But because, and sometimes you can say MTN is investing so hard, and when you do this, it is a risk. When you try to curtail their growth, it's a risk to FDI. But another risk is that when you let one player become so big that it's a risk to even FDI still, because others don't want to come. Unless you begin to give them certain assurances, and I can tell you that Telecel has been giving certain assurances. 80 also now, which is in the hands of government, of course, they are in the hands of government. So they were giving certain assurances before they came. You think it's things, all kinds of discussions go on before they agreed, okay, we are coming. Do you understand what I'm saying? So let's understand what is happening. We can criticize the fact that, the people were handpicked, and the people who were handpicked, some of them are cronies of government, blah, 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 that kind of thing. I mean, I don't even know what to say about that. You know, yes, sometimes, because of all these so-called machinations for create, root, and share, sometimes it makes life difficult for people like us who genuinely want to support a certain cause because of what dividends we think it will yield. Do you understand? Because if you name an SMP, should you keep doing things the way you are doing things just to keep the SMP going? And clearly the SMP has been committed to this market. There's no two ways about it. They've committed, and even after they were named SMP, they have still shown that they are willing to invest more, even more. They are, over the next 5 years, they are between 2021 and 2026, 2025, 2026. They are investing $1 billion, which is way above what they were investing annually between $100 million and $50 per year. Now it is like a $200 million and over per year. So that is something very significant, and that is why I say they deserve to be where they are. But it doesn't mean we should let the market go the way it's going until we one day we wake up and we have a monopoly. Do you understand? Because that's where we are drifting to. Because all efforts to correct the market, it's not working. It's not working. You know, so that's why I support this thing. My hope is that it should be a single wholesaler for starters. After the 10-year period, or probably, we don't know, even less. So that's what the contract, the license says 10 years. After the 10-year period, we can think about breaking into, smaller wholesalers, and then we can see how it will go. That is what I think. That's what I think. And it is never against anybody. It's just about the fact that we have an SMP in the market. And so we need to do things in certain ways to make sure that we are actually correcting the market imbalance that we said we want to correct. And mind you, all players in the industry, including MTN, AT Ghana, Telecel, all of them have been preaching shared infrastructure anyway. They have got national roaming going, and they have been preaching shared infrastructure. So, except that this model is what some are critical of, but all of them have been preaching shared infrastructure anyway. You know. So, guys, let's know that eventually, we are going to be able probably to correct that marketing balance that we have. That is my hope, and then maybe we can later on think about how we can break down the license to have a number of wholesalers instead of still licensing individual retailers like the telcos, And the last thing I want to say is that even 5G itself, it has not been proven to be commercially viable yet. The commercial case, the business case for 5G is still known yet. Everywhere that 5G has been implemented, we have not seen any significant growth in anybody's revenue yet. So whether you give it to an individual wholesaler, you give it to a number of wholesalers, or you give it to even individual telcos, to still, so really, sometimes you ask yourself, so what is all this hue and cry? What is it about? What is it about? Probably it's just about the fact that they think the people in government are creating something so that they can loot and share. That's what I think this is all about.